Have you ever heard the phrase, "it's lonely at the top"? And have you ever felt isolated and alone? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my story with Beckett, our son that we have adopted, and also my journey as an entrepreneur and what I did when I felt lonely at the top. Stay tuned. Hey, thanks for being here. My name is Jennifer Waters. I'm a professional fighter. I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also a mom of our son that we've adopted from China back in 2018. And you may be watching this video because you felt lonely. Have you ever felt isolated, like nobody else can understand what's going on in your life? Have you ever felt abandoned? Have you felt like there should be more, but you just don't know how to grasp it? Well, if you have, I can tell you that I have too. And in this video, I'd like to share with you some of the things that I've done in order to come out of that isolation. There's a saying that as you get better at the task or the things that you do and you rise to the top, that it becomes lonely because there's nobody else there that understands the burdens that you have, and there's nobody else there that understands what you're going through. What I've found to be true is that it's not necessarily that you are alone. It's that you've isolated yourself, and there's a difference. Take a moment right now and think about, when was the last time that you actually shared your true heart, your feelings, the inmost parts of you to another human being? What your future hopes and dreams were. When was the last time that you did those things? If you don't really have an answer for that, you may be isolating yourself. It's okay not to share information with everyone. I think that for some of us that have ended up in this isolation, in this realm of isolation, is because we've been wounded and we've been hurt by others that manipulated what we told them were our future hopes and dreams. And so what that has done is we've gone back and now we put our guard up, and we're not going to let anybody through, because if we do let them through, we have another opportunity to be hurt. And that's true. But I can tell you that the Lord never planned for us all to be isolated and alone. He planned for relationship. Matter of fact, the core story of the Bible is all about relationship. It's all about becoming relational with God the Father through His Son, Jesus Christ. It's not about walking into a church building and having to follow a set of rituals that gets us closer. I think about it like this. When I'm training in martial arts, there's a list of techniques, if I wrote them down from beginning to end, that I know how to do and I know how to perform. But the actual performance of those techniques is something that I don't do in order. Like when I go to a fight and I'm in the ring and I'm performing at the best athletic ability that I have, all of these things are ingrained inside of me, and I have built those habits and I've built those things over time. And so it's a part of who I am now. When you're first learning how to walk and follow after Christ, there's certain things that are in the Bible, or that maybe a church that you're going to has said, hey, these are great practices for following after Christ, to getting a better relationship and understanding of who Christ is. But the problem is that so many churches and so many Christians have taken that list of things, and that has become the thing instead of the relationship. And when you are following a list of things as opposed to following after a relationship, that, my friends, is when you can again become isolated, because you're just going through the motions. Are you going through the motions right now? Are you just simply existing day to day? If that's you, what I'd like to do is give you some hope and give you some insight into what you could be doing instead. The first thing and the first key to coming out of isolation is taking a look around you and taking inventory of the people who count most in your life, and why do they count most in your life? When you really start thinking about the reasons of why they're here, have they been placed in your life by the Lord to help you accomplish what you should be doing and the purpose that you should be doing? There's another video in the description where I talk about purpose and I talk about patience. You can definitely check that out. And if you haven't smashed that subscribe button, do it now before it's too late so you'll be notified of when I drop more videos like this. When you can look at those people that are surrounding you in your life and you can go, well, they're there. Can I go deeper with these people? Do they share in my hopes and my dreams and my aspirations? Is it safe to go deeper with these people? And if it is, it's okay if it's only 1 or 2 people. And it's okay if one of those people in the past has shown over the years that they aren't someone that you should trust, that they don't have your best interest in mind, and this new person does. And it's all about cultivating a relationship. It's all about taking a chance, taking a risk, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, but not opening up everything at the same time. You know, one of the cool things that we've done recently is we started watching this show called The Chosen, and it's this journey, this film, this series, TV series about the journey of the disciples of Jesus. And the great thing about it, in one of the scenes, Jesus comes into a house and the owner of the house says, hey, we have many rooms, but one of the rooms is haunted by my grandmother, something along those lines. And Jesus says, well, I'll take that room. And one of the disciples says, hey, why didn't you correct him? Because you know that the room isn't haunted. And he said, basically what he said in paraphrase is that I don't try to teach all the things or say all the things to new believers all at one time. And your relationships and you coming out of isolation, it's no different. Although you may really want to come out of isolation and surround yourself with a lot of people, give yourself time to build those relationships. Give yourself time to make sure that these relationships, as you come out of isolation, are relationships that are grounded in your future hopes and dreams and aspirations, so that you can build a solid relationship. Learn from the past, but stop isolating yourself. Isolation does no one any good, and it's not what God intended for you. I hope these videos are helpful. Please drop in the comments something that you found that had a lot of value out of this. I know that it's tough, but I'm here with you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.